Don't give away your home too soon. This is a topic that we keep coming back to because it keeps happening. Folks decide that they need to move their home to their kids as soon as possible. So let's talk about it, because estate planning and your home can get a little tricky. And the truth is that the decisions you make about them now really can have a huge lasting impact when it comes to your family for tax purposes and all sorts of things. So I do see this in New York and New Jersey among families that fall into this trap. So let's talk about how we can avoid them. I'm Valerie Zammitti of Zammitti Law. I'm an estate planning attorney serving New York and New Jersey. And we help families with confidence handle their estate planning and their probate matters with care. If you're navigating either, you can reach out for a free consultation. But let's dive into the big topics today: estate planning and your home. So what are the pitfalls? First, giving that house away while you're alive. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see parents make. They want to deed the home to their kids because they feel this is great. They will own it and it's going to avoid probate. Sounds smart, but it's really, really not, as it creates a big tax problem. Using a very quick example, right? When you purchased your home many moons ago, you bought it for $200,000. That home is now worth $1 million. That's $800,000 of growth. Now, if you go to transfer this house to your kids while you're alive, they receive that home at the $200,000 cost basis that you purchased it for. And when they go to sell it, they're still also going to have that $800,000 gain. But if instead they inherit it from you, they get what's called a step up in cost basis. That means instead of them receiving it at the same cost you paid for it many years ago, if they inherit it, they will receive it at the value at your passing, which we said was maybe $1 million, right? Again, these numbers are fictitious. You can make up any numbers or use your own numbers, even better. But they then receive it at the value today. If it's $1 million, it's $1 million. If it's 800, 700, 600, 500, it doesn't really matter. But they receive it that instead of having this big gap, all of a sudden it shrinks because they step up to the value at your passing. They can sell it the next day and have zero gain. We've just saved tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes that your family didn't have to pay otherwise. Now, in giving, a home away too early, right? The other huge pitfall is the impact that your children's creditors could have on your home. If they go through a divorce or they get sued for any reason, or they predecease you, even better yet, making it more complicated, suddenly your house is tied up in all sorts of issues and you're still living there. I've seen it happen where an ex-spouse of a child grabs a hold of a piece of that house and really they have to settle out financially for the home that was the parents'. That's a wild situation to be in. You don't want to put yourself or your children there. So they need to inherit this home. Now that can be through a will, but know that that will go through a probate. And while probate in New York and New Jersey specifically isn't necessarily a nightmare, it can add time, cost, and additional stress often, unfortunately. But it's not insurmountable. It has to go through probate. So other options to not only provide the children with this step up in tax basis, but also avoid the probate are really threefold. There's a revocable living trust or an irrevocable asset protection trust, which may be utilized if you've paid off your home already and gives you some additional protections from a long-term care perspective. And those, again, will be inherited by your children at some point, and they will receive that step-up basis for capital gains purposes. Lastly, there are some states that have what's called a transfer on death deed. This is not all states. In fact, New York only recently added it, and I don't believe New Jersey has it yet. But please don't jump to that conclusion because it sounds easier or costs less to do, because you are missing out on some of the protections you could provide to your loved ones through a proper estate plan. It's an available option. I have used it maybe once since it's come about, although a lot of people have asked me about it. It's still only a selected situations, I would say, that where that is more beneficial or the more appropriate choice over, say, a trust plan. Okay, the bottom line, giving away your home too soon can backfire. You should have proper planning so you can avoid probate if you're seeking to minimize taxes and make sure your family keeps the home without unnecessary headache and stress. Okay, again, I'm Valerie Zammitti, serving New York and New Jersey. If you want to protect your home and your family, you can reach out for a free consultation. And if this video helped, please don't forget to share and drop your questions so that we can help some folks together along the way. I'd love to hear from you. YourPlanningAttorney.com if you'd like to schedule that consult. See ya.